Last time, on Conquered Worm, we rescued some kids. It was literally almost 2 months ago that we played this game. I don't remember much more of the plot than that.
We did the Freddy.
We did do the Freddy. We also did the Freddy Inn. I mean, you killed him. I'm gonna assume you're back in Walpole. If not, You're back at Walpole, Raven's Rest. You got 3 towns left. This whole end of the world thing is gonna be happening at some point soon.
First,
You mean Wyvern's Rest? I don't own the joint.
You've collected all the Warden treaties from the Dalish elves, the dwarves, and Redcliffe. And now you're finally in Denerim, and you have to solve a couple of final subquests before you can finally defeat the Archdemon and end the Blight.
gotta roll creatures. And by roll, I mean just list off.
The last 10.
Yeah. Okay, 10.
Oh shit, let me get my sheet out.
Oh, you already started. Oh.
Yeah, we weren't sure while we were waiting, so, started when or something. So, what number did you get?
10.
Ah, 10. Come on, open office. Open faster. Alright. Started when something and his legs were ripped by shit.
Ancient Red Dragon? Jesus Christ.
26.
One of my favorites.
Ooh.
The gibbering mouther for the audience.
28.
Aww. I can't believe we didn't do this one earlier.
A Hydra.
Me too. 30. Yeah, we wanted to structure it so that we'd get 110 per session, but...
Another kaiju. Which one's this one?
Bezravnus.
Bezravnus. Or Bezla... Or Bezelness.
No.
The ultimate Bezler.
Hell yeah! Harness.
Its ultimate attack is called embezzlement.
Oh, cool, Scorpion. 42.
Oh, I'm disappointed I didn't make it a dolphin. Still good, though. Shame on me past William, though. I should have made a Hitchhiker's Guide reference out of that one.
A Kelpie. Watch out, Howard. It's gonna hit you with its ass.
That's a session 1 joke. Was that session 2?
I think it was a session 1.
I mean, she already does ride on his shoulder sometimes. 45.
That's a joke from one of the Lost sessions before we were recording shit.
Before I even thought of it.
Lacroix.
Session.
It's like a big ass hyena, basically.
Ooh.
With, like, blades of bone for teeth. If I'm remembering right.
You got big nasty jaws.
48.
Fighting a guy from outer space, wishing that he could change his face.
Look at that. Those are those fish people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, those are a type of fish people.
Oh, you'll fit right in Walpole.
64.
think we may have finally completed a set. Hey, come on. 64, correct.
Yes.
I'm gonna highlight it. Something. When I'm 64, boom, boom.
Dark
Ooh.
Knight.
In the old Monster Manuals, those were the only ones they ever drew, or did illustrations for.
I still like the old Monster Manual where they have the invisible guy and it's just a blank.
Is that it?
Nope. 67.
67. Oh boy. Oh, now we've completed the set. Oh, yes, sir.
Spirit Naga.
All these Nagas, you think she was a snake lady or something.
Yeah.
68.
Do we already have the 69?
Nope.
Oh.
Oh dear.
No.
A Nerid?
Nereid. Now, 69.
Okay, well,
Oh, hell yeah, Ningen.
okay.
Nice.
Again?
Ningen!
Again.
Ningen. One of the creepiest cryptids.
Yeah, Ninja Generation. That's the generation of Pokemon where they were all ninjas.
70.
Oh, this one's fun.
Demon Lord Day.
Okay, how many does that leave?
How many does that leave?
7.
You have 7 monsters left?
Yes.
Well, that'll be fun to discover next time.
Okay. Let me just see how many of them are 10s. Oh, only 1 10 left.
80 or 90?
What will it be?
80.
Let me check to see what 80 is. For my own passive curiosity. That'll be a good one.
Okay.
I like when you chuckle like that.
It's going to be something silly, isn't it?
Well, the 10s are all pretty badass, I'll be honest.
Okay, I guess that'll do for now.
Alright. So, you're all in Walpole. The closest place to Austin that you've been to that you could just teleport to, I think, would be...
because I think we haven't dropped by there yet.
Have you gone to Piaget before?
No, I don't think we have.
Then you can't teleport to it, you silly Billy.
Yeah, we'd have to stop there.
I'm pretty sure the closest that you've been to would be Wild. Wild is the closest to Austin of all the places you've been to.
Might as well set out from there then.
What? Oh,
All right, so do you guys just teleport to Wild?
Yeah.
All right, you guys arrive in the city square of Wild. It's still a thriving metropolis. Things have changed, not just the fact that everyone's not stone sculptures anymore. There are lots of people busy about the city streets, and everything seems to be going pretty well. But there are also people that aren't really people. They're horrible, phallic-headed, insectoid, black-skinned monsters who drip slime. That is utterly staining their well-tailored clothing. Wild seems to have gained a population of xenomorph traders.
Aww.
The Ridleyans have successfully established trade routes thanks to your intervention.
Aw.
Neat.
Are they selling eggs?
They are buying livestock for their eggs.
Ah.
And they do pitch the potential of volunteering to becoming a host for the eggs. Not many people seem to be buying into it. But you do recognize Cleavorp, Dr. Zeb, and Morocco, who have made their egg hawking stand. They have, thanks to your instruction, made it clear that being face-huggered is a fatal process.
Truth in advertising laws.
But this is a world where you can raise dead, so for the extremely wealthy of Wild, some are still intrigued by the proposition.
Well,
Aha! That is the only way I can get off anymore.
That sounds like an utterly unique way to die, and I could be brought back right afterward. Great Scott, I think I might do it.
I have a brand new heir to bring into my estate. Haha.
Oh, if only Prospero were here to hear this, he would have a riot.
And quite a raging hard-on at the decadence of it. Yes.
Oh, good lord.
So all in all, that's a thing that's happened. Is it a good thing? Well, it doesn't seem like a bad thing. Moving on. By all the maps that you have of Conquered Worm, the only way through all the way to Austin, is through a very thick but lovely forest, which Wild is on the border of. There is no clear-cut path through the forest, however. So, how do you guys intend to proceed?
Can we fit the wagon through that?
No.
well, that's staying behind.
Okay.
Kind of limit
Grab your
somebody.
bags, I guess.
So Buddy's gonna have to ride with somebody, unless he wants to walk.
Hmm.
I think he's a little faster now.
Or you could leave him behind.
Yeah, but we could also not do that.
That's true.
You could arrange a play date with the other slashers and he can just go have fun for a while.
So we can't put Buddy on a wagon, but
He could just walk with us.
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you're traveling through thick forest that a wagon can't fit through. You're probably not going to be sprinting.
That's fair. Well, yeah.
Yeah, we can... I don't imagine that Howard's going to be mounted anyway, and none of us have horses, except for Howard.
Mig has a giant bat. Or Tig has a giant bat. Mig is a giant bat.
Yes, she is.
Well, Mig is her own wolf. Counts.
That's true.
Is the forest too thick to see into?
I have a spell that might work. It's called Find the Path.
Okay.
The recipient of the spell, the recipient of the spell can find the shortest, most direct physical route to a prominent specified destination, such as a city, keep, lake, or dungeon. The locale can be outdoors or underground as long as it's prominent. For example, a hunter's cabin is not prominent enough, but a logging cabin is. Find a Path works with respect to locations, not objects or creatures, and locale. Location must be on the same plane as the subject at the time of casting.
Well,
Spell enables the subject to sense the correct direction that will eventually lead to its destination, indicating at appropriate times the exact path to follow or physical actions to take. For example, the spell enables the subject to sense what cavern corridor to take when a choice presents itself.
that sounds like a pretty good...
This is
Spell ends when
Pathfinder.
The spell ends when the destination is reached or the duration expires. Whatever comes first.
So this is
And
Pathfinder. Spell descriptions go on for ages.
You're basically casting clairvoyance in Skyrim.
Yes.
And how long does the spell last?
10 minutes per level, so 170 minutes.
Nice.
Is this a bad time to point out I can do tree stride?
What's tree stride?
Walk into one tree and step out of another tree far away.
No, I don't think that's a bad time for the dimensioning at all.
Pop out on the other side of the
Druids.
woods. Oh, and then you can come back and teleport us back one by one.
So you guys have roughly the length of an Illumination Entertainment movie to find the other side. Wait a minute, 170 minutes. I'm sorry. You guys have roughly the length of a Marvel superhero movie to find your way on the other side.
Problem
Did the
is,
math wrong there.
I apparently can't take anyone with me, so...
Well, yeah, you could just walk into the tree, pop out of the tree line on the other side by where we're going, and then come back and teleport us back one by one.
Oh!
Was a teleportation ambulance.
Oh, yes!
If that works. If it doesn't work, then we'll just walk through the goddamn woods.
Okay, point me in the direction of the town.
You don't exactly know where the exact direction of the town is, but there's a whole bunch of trees in between you and it. I imagine it would be further in the trees.
I mean, we could follow Lelia's spell, or you could try to walk out through the trees.
Okay,
I want to see you walk into a tree and come out some random tree on the other side of the forest.
okay. Maximum range for an oak tree is 3,000 feet. So I guess I'm just going to walk into the nearest oak tree and see where it takes me.
Oh my god.
Alright. You walk into the oak tree and transport yourself into Tree Zone. The zone of spaces that apparently exists between trees in this reality.
The plane of trees.
It's like that place you go to.
Inside Tree Zone, which manifests as sort of a void of different pleasing brown colors. You see various squirrels darting in and out of this reality, with nuts and their babies, which just sort of float in tree space freely.
I knew it.
A dimensional door opens in tree space after being pecked through by the beak of a woodpecker. And eventually you see a giant wooden eyeball.
Oh god.
Hey,
Hey,
welcome to Tree Space.
thanks.
Is this your first time?
I think I came here once.
Well, I'm gonna give you the first timer's kit anyway, because you seem like you're pretty lost. Here's a nice conciliatory beanie,
Ooh, thank you.
and here's your goodie bag.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah, shoot, that's why I'm here.
I'm not about to walk into Halloween land or Christmas land, am I?
Well, that depends. Did you walk through one of the special doors? One of the door trees?
I'm not sure.
Did you open, like, a door to get in here?
No.
Then you're fine.
What's the name of the town we're looking for again?
Austin.
I don't know.
I'm not there, by the way, so you don't know.
Shoot, what was the town's name?
You have a map.
Austin? No. Ozpin? No. Hang on, let me check the map. Seriously, what's the name of the town?
Austin.
Oh. Can you point me in the direction of Austin?
Austin?
Yeah, that.
It's kind of weird, but yeah, okay. And he shows you a specific, like, section of tree space, sort of glimmers. Alright, just step out there.
Alright, thanks. And I walk through that.
Okay, you walk through that, and you enter through a wooden wall into a drawing room. Sitting there at a writing desk is a woman in, I'd say, mid 1700s dress, currently writing a manuscript. She turns and looks behind her and looks at you and is like, "What?
That's the right place.
Where are your clothes?"
I'm wearing them.
Are you?
Yes!
Who are you, and why aren't you fully dressed, child?
Okay, this is my complete outfit, and I'm looking for some place called Austin.
A place called Austin?
I think the map's a little smudged.
That's weird. That's my last name.
Oh, god damn it. Sorry, wrong house. Step back into the wall.
You're back in tree space, and the eye is like, I think she's working on Pride and Prejudice. It's my favorite one.
That's not a creative process.
At least her head didn't pop out through the pages of the book. I mean, it's technically still wood, isn't it?
Yeah. As much as the wall.
I look at the map again, try to read the name again.
Pride and Prejudice would have gotten really fucking weird.
Poor Jane Austen just got a case of 1700s fainting sickness.
To be fair, she didn't faint. She's just like, where's your pants? Her ankles were
I'm gonna
showing.
pop back into the tree I first departed from.
Yeah.
Guys, what's the name of the town again?
Austin?
Huh. How do you spell that?
Lily spells it.
The funniest fucking shit.
Is it spelled differently?
It's Austen.
Okay. Pop back inside the tree. Look at the eyeball. Austin, Austen.
Yes, there are many people with that name. I figured you'd want the most prominent.
No, I think it's a town. Town called Austin.
Oh. I don't know much about towns. But there's a lot of trees here, so you got some options.
Okay, point me to another Austin.
Well, that one is Austin.
It's gonna take me to Texas, isn't it?
Oh, you can give it a try.
Okay, step through that one.
All right, you enter. You exit into another section of trees that looks like part of the forest that you entered into. There's a little clearing, and sitting in the clearing is, I'd say, about 12-foot tall pile of flesh. It's very hard to describe it. It's not quite a blob because there's actually several different limbs moving on this this giant mass, but it's really hard to make sense of its anatomy. There's eyes and mouths all over the place, and it's sort of sitting there, and one of its sort of tentacular limbs has a stick, and on the end of that stick is some sort of white object which is holding over a fire.
Is this Austin? Okay.
One of its manifold limbs reaches into into the void, a void that it makes in the earth itself, and pulls out from that void another of the small white objects. And the limb reaches out towards you menacingly with the small white object.
Oh, thank you. Take it.
It's a marshmallow.
Pop it into my mouth.
The creature was reaching for a stick, but it sees you eat the marshmallow raw.
I'm looking for a town called Austin. I know it's in this general direction.
The creature's body, head, you're not sure. It's really hard to make heads or tails of this thing's anatomy. It almost seems like it's shifting in shape, like just sitting there. But its head tilts to one side when you say that. And then it says... Speed running. Half a press.
What was that?
Half a press.
Oh. Step back into tree space.
Whoa! It was Austin's tree.
What do you want?
Okay, third time's the charm.
Go lay down, both of you.
I just pick a random direction,
Go lay
walk
down.
in it.
Go lay down.
Alright. You pick a random direction in tree space. You end up on a tree. On a mountain. Overlooking the sea. Or at least a large body of water.
Do I recognize this place?
No, you haven't been there before. Do you want to do a perception check?
Yes. And, that is
That's
a 24.
Okay, nice.
you know.
You look around and take in your surroundings. First, you look behind you, and you see that while the side of the tree that you came out of overlooks the water, the other side of the tree, and thus the mountain that you're on the top of, looks over the forest of trees that you think is the forest surrounding Austin. And you can even kind of see a very large clearing in the center of it, although it's so far away you can't quite make out what's in that clearing, but it would be logical to assume that's probably the town.
Okay.
When you do a full 360 and go back to the water side, you see something burst through the waves, and it's the long neck of Morago, the lake monster that you guys have encountered a couple of times in Baskerville Bay. And Morago kind of looks at you.
Oh, hey, Morago.
It raises a flipper out of the water.
I raise my fist in acknowledgement.
It curls its flipper into a rough approximation of a fist before ducking back beneath the waves.
For a second, I thought I was gonna flip her off.
Hey, we helped save her. So, does this imply I'm on the island?
You are still on the island of Conquered Worm.
Okay,
If you had the map out, you'd be right at the tippy tip of one of the bits of the coastline.
Okay, I guess I'm going to turn into a Mothman and try and fly down to the clearing.
All right, you do your best to fly towards the clearing, but as you fly, there's a sort of optical illusion. The clearing keeps seeming to get farther away, like it stays the exact same distance away from you, no matter how farther you fly. More and more forest gets put behind you, but the clearing stays the exact same distance away.
Oh, we're doing that, are we?
Yeah, we're doing that shit.
Kelly is going to try and turn into a Gira.
That's that's the Rodan knockoff, right?
Yes, that's the Rodan.
Okay, you turn into a discount Rodan, and you fly as fast as you can. And even though you are putting a ridiculous amount of forest behind you, Austin continues to stay the same distance away. And when you start getting close to the other end of the forest, Austin, while staying the same distance away from you on the x-axis, moves to the side, so that when you finally do overtake the forest and get to the other side, Austin basically swerves around behind you.
Damn it!
Uh-oh.
Rave's asleep.
Well, that'll happen.
Okay. Gonna head back to the tree, change back, and then just rejoin the group.
Alright,
Guys, I
So-
have no idea what I'm doing.
You gonna tell us what happened?
I am interested to see how Talia processed this journey.
Okay, I think I found it, but it didn't want to be found, and it kept running away from me.
Down. Run from you.
Yeah, Austin.
That's rather stone cold of Austin.
It's
I didn't know towns could run.
it's sort of doing the same thing that Stoker was doing, where paths would keep changing as you were walking through them.
It's like those little things in the corner of your eyes.
Illusions?
Termites?
You know,
Rockets.
those little, you know, flying rods.
Optical illusion?
Sorry, Amatelli's awake again.
Yeah, that might be smart. Yeah. Well, gang, what do you think?
I guess we're gonna have to go through the woods. Smartass.
Well, we have my way.
Also, what's in the gift basket?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's like 3 of those little rubber monster finger puppet toys from way back when. You know, with the little
Scar.
rubbery arms.
Scar.
There's a little styrofoam airplane kit where you have to crack open the little middle piece and then stick the wings through, but it's really difficult because it's so frail that most times you just end up breaking the wings in half before you even put them on. There's a toothbrush and there's 2 Snickers bars.
Nice. I take one of the Snickers bars and break it 8 ways.
Aw, everyone gets a Snickers. Break me off a piece of that Snickers bar.
Fancy Snickers? Fancy. Yeah. Fancy nougat stores over chocolate covered mountain tops. For
So,
waterfalls
You
of
guys just gonna
air.
wander blindly through the trees then?
Lelia, do that thing you were gonna do.
On it.
There you go.
Lily cast, find the path.
Alright, cool. For the length of an entire Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, you guys have a fairly pleasant walk through some really beautiful woods. And I really have to emphasize, they're not spooky woods, they're not, like, darkly gothic beautiful woods. These are just nice and pleasant, like... Imagine the most pleasant stroll through nature that you could ever take, and that's what this is. It's a nice temperature. It's not super chilly, but it's not super warm. There's a faint breeze. There's a rustling of the trees. There's absolutely nothing menacing whatsoever about your surroundings for a change. It's just very nice. And eventually, about 2 hours in, so you got about like 30, 20 minutes left of the movie, about 2 hours in, you reach a fairly large but fairly quaint town. Full of people in simple but, colorful and lively clothes, all going about their business, having a fairly pleasant time, it seems.
Oh, now you let us in.
Some of the people turn to look when you shout that. They're like, "Oh, visitors! Welcome to Austin!"
Why were you running from me earlier?
I'm sorry, I don't think I've ever seen you before.
I was just here like 2 hours ago.
Well, I didn't meet you. Did you meet this woman? No. I can't
The
recall any
entire town
visitors.
just kept running away.
They all look really perplexed. They have no idea what the hell you mean. Can you, And then one of them looks at the rest of you.
We don't know either.
Alright. Well, welcome to Austin. Please, we've got several inns if you'd like to stay for a while. We don't have much in the way of shops, but if you need basic supplies, we can do well for you. Oh, please, by the way, my name is James. I'm happy to welcome you to town.
Hi, James.
Hi, your names would be?
Talia.
I'm Howard.
Howard,
Ari.
Ari,
Lilia.
Lelia, Virka, Ted, and Tig.
Oh, my baby. Mom and Dad.
Well, come on in. Is there anything you need? We have a pretty quiet life here, but we actually do love to hear from strangers. It's been a very long while since anyone's come to visit.
Yes, that's why we're here, because apparently this town lost contact with the mainland.
Oh, yeah. Well, the fact of the matter is, we were sending people out, and whenever they'd get to the swirling stream, they talk about these horrible monsters outside of, our neighboring town, Ramina. And we just stopped sending people. We figured eventually they'd do something about it, because we're not going to risk our people to get eaten by fish monsters and things when...
Up until recently, almost every other town besides the three coastal ones on the, I want to say, western side of the island have also went dark.
Oh, that's terrible.
Right now, although our current party has reignited contact with most of them, only yours, Remina, and Ambrosia remain.
Well, what's happened to the other towns?
Joker
Various
had a
things.
vampire problem.
Ugh,
One was turned
Oh.
to stone.
we know about vampire problems here.
One was holding up in
One
preparation for a
numbered by
festival.
A cult of demons from the Malabranche.
Demons! Oh my god!
One
horrible.
One was apparently controlled by a supremacist cult of some description.
One had werewolves.
Oh, yeah. Nasty things, werewolves. Always
One had
vexing people with their riddles.
Wait,
Ours didn't have any riddles.
werewolves with riddles?
No,
Well,
you're thinking
yeah.
of Wyrewolves.
Was that? Well, I don't know the vernacular. We're simple folk here in Austin. We don't know much about this monster business. That's why we're having so much trouble dealing with it.
What sort of monster problem are you dealing with by chance?
Oh well, I mean, it's nothing serious, you know. It's more of a nuisance, really. But I swear, ever since that Count Dracula fellow's moved in, he's just been giving us an awful time.
Oh.
Just gonna go right for it, ain't you?
Okay.
I decided to keep this week's villain secret.
Went right for it. Where's his science wife?
Well, what's he doing?
Well, he's got that great big castle, and I swear every week or other, generally around Saturday morning, he comes in, and he's got some new scheme, and we have to unravel it by the end of the week. Well, he's about due for appearance any time now.
A scam we have to unravel by the end of the week.
And at that moment, you all hear a really funky organ riff, like a da-na-na, da-na-na-na.
Oh my god.
And there's a sound of thunder as storm clouds gather in the sky above the city, and a spark of lightning. A well-dressed, pale man with a widow's peak and an opera cape, appears in a puff of smoke, along with a wolf man, some sort of cobbled-together corpse man, a fish-human creature, a person that seems to be wrapped head to toe in bandages, and a floating pair of sunglasses. Bleh! Citizens of Austin, I, Count Dracula, have enacted a new evil scheme. And what is this? Do my vampire eyes deceive me? Or do I see newcomers in the city of Austin? Bleh!
Hello.
Ari waves.
Oh, the vampire.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Count Dracula, Master of Evil, King of all vampires. Blah, blah.
Alright, what I missed, sorry, people.
And I, Count Dracula, have enacted a cunning scheme to blot out the sun. Yes, soon you will not have your precious sun to tan in and to help you see when you are outside. You will have to light torches all the time, and the amount of wood you will waste will be immeasurable. Blah!
Most of us here have doctors.
If you dare stop Count Dracula's evil scheme, you must go to my castle, there on the hill, and defeat the challenges set by myself and my cunning henchmen. Wolfman! Roar! I'm a wolfman! Frankenstein have challenges! I'm the mummy. I'm the Gill Man, and I'm a fish person! And I'm the Invisible Man! Right, you're not looking at look at the glasses, that's your cue.
Hello, I'm a snake woman.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah! If you dare challenge me, new heroes, then you must enter the castle of Count Dracula! When he raises his arms, and they all disappear in a puff of smoke. Yep, that's just like Dracula.
Why isn't he pointing up in the sunlight?
Well, there's clouds.
Oh.
I think today's gonna be a good day.
Ari turns to Lelia and says, I think this is the quaintest villain I've ever seen in my life.
I take him over Barney any day.
That's Count Dracula. Every week it's some new nefarious scheme that we have to undo.
Well, that must mean you must have warriors in this town, too.
No, we mostly send Jimmy to do it. Yeah, they really like puzzles. They really like puzzles up in that castle, and it's kind of Jimmy's special. Jimmy, you want to do another puzzle? Every fucking week. He used to love puzzles. It's kind of killed his hobby, to be quite frank.
Aw.
It's like a job now.
You want us?
Paid for it?
Do you want us to take this one, Jimmy?
Oh, thank Christ, yes.
Yeah, we'll give you some paid leave. Layla
Oh,
gives him
thank
500
God.
gold.
Oh, holy shit. I am going right to Lady Scarlet's house. Damn.
Oh god.
Well, I guess it's about time Jimmy frequented our legal brothel. Well, good luck with Dracula. And then James
You
just sort of
think- you
walks
think
off
that-
whistling a tune.
You would think with that, this town would get a lot more traffic.
I know, right?
Yeah, it seems people just have a hard time getting here.
Wonder
I
what
guess it's
that
because
is.
the path got swallowed up by the trees. Oh, well.
Oh my god. Okay, well,
So, let's go deal with another vampire.
at least this one just seems like he likes puzzles.
Hey, Howard, I
And,
wonder if he
you
knows
know-
Lord Fallic.
I don't know if
Lord Fallock's dead?
Lord
the
Phallus
less-
is kind of destroyed.
But she did destroy his phylactery.
Yeah, his phylactery is still safe.
he's destroyed.
He'll
for
be
now.
back.
He's not gonna be
He's
back
on-
in the sequel.
He
He's
won't
on
have
the-
regenerated until like a couple of months after you guys finish the quest. But, I mean, he's not dead for good.
He's on leave from existence.
Yeah.
She's taking a holiday.
Right now, he's like a pinky finger and buried in the bottom of Hogwarts. So, yeah. There's a great big spooky castle. You guys heading for that, Castlevania?
Alright, gang.
Ooh.
Looks like we got another mystery in our hands.
For the love of God, don't split up.
You got this.
Alright. You guys head to Castle Dracula.
I put Tig in my backpack with a snorkel.
Yeah, Tig.
Wait, no, I don't. No, I don't. That was...
That would have been bad.
That was close.
Put him in the mine. Mine isn't xenomorphified.
Actually, wait.
Or Ridley.
Isn't yours the only one that isn't xenomorphified?
Yes! Mine is the only one that isn't Ridleyfied.
Neither is Sal is.
Yeah, she took the face hugger.
Oh.
But
To
she,
the
has,
face.
but she has the goblin.
I
Or the
don't,
little goblin.
I don't think we want to put Tig in a bag of holding anyway.
Not with another goblin, anyways. Taking another goblin in the same place? That's just a recipe for disaster. See what happened to the last goblin?
Okay, well,
Okay, so you guys approach the entrance to Castle Dracula. There are two gargoyles on columns right next to the door, the great big grand doors to the entrance of Castle Dracula. And when you get close, the gargoyles spring to life. Uh-oh. Limestone. Seems we got some people who want to go to see Dracula. Yeah, they gonna see Dracula, Marble? Don't they know his castle is full of spooky horrors? Yeah, but they think they're brave, don't they? What do you think, heroes? You think you're brave? Yeah, you brave?
Reasonably.
Why am I having paraphernalia wagon flashbacks?
Are you brave enough to go through six? Yeah, I think six. 6 different rooms with a scary monster in each one?
That depends. Do any of them lock and start spewing water?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, I mean,
And do any of them just run up to you and wag their fingers at you?
they all did request locks. Some of them like having personal time, but they should be unlocked today. It's a
Okay, good.
Saturday. Yeah, Gilman's room's pretty wet. He likes to swim.
Can do this.
Sorry, what was that? Didn't get the whole sentence.
I said we can do this. We are brave. We fought many dangers, and I'm sure we can brave
You're
this castle.
brave. Very brave. All right, sir. Open the doors. We got some brave heroes here to stop one of Dracula's devious tests of power. Hope you get out in one piece.
This is
I have a feeling they will. Well,
Okay. So as you enter Castle Dracula and you're in a very grand main hall. There is one door on your right, one door on your left, a door at the back, and a big staircase where all the stairs have been smoothed over, like someone sanded it down so it was just completely smooth, and thus useless as a staircase. And standing in between them is a skeleton in a butler's uniform. Greetings, brave heroes. You've come to face the challenge of Dracula.
We have.
We're filling in for Jimmy.
Oh, that's good. You know, he seems like he's not really having his heart into the challenges anymore. It's actually quite a bummer. Every week we do our best to set up. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. You will have to first face all of Dracula's spooky friends. Yes. On this floor, we have, and he gestures to the right, the Wolfman. Once a normal person, just like all of you, he's cursed to transform into a beast whenever the moon is full or it's convenient for the plot. In that room, we have Frankenstein. And he points to the left. He was a monster made out of corpses sewn together by a mad men's rights activist who wanted to get rid of women's ability to play a part in the reproductive process. He had to fight a long and tedious custody battle to claim his namesake and is very proud of it, so please make sure to call him Frankenstein.
Can do.
And in this third chamber is the mummy, representing all of our fears of the burial practices of people in foreign countries.
Well, that shouldn't be hard. It's fine.
Each of these spooky monsters has a sinister challenge of their own. You must defeat them and get their key. Once you have all three keys, the staircases to the upper level will unlock, but be warned, even scarier challenges await you above. If you need any help, or clues if you get stuck, please remember to call on me. I'm Laurie, the butler.
Okay, let me just associate that with your face,
His face is a skull.
Lori. Okay, got it.
Very good. Also, it is traditional. We have prepared finger sandwiches if you are peckish.
Nice.
And he has a tray of finger sandwiches for you to...
They're not like
Thank you very much.
fingers, right?
No, they're not. They're not. They're just like sandwiches that you eat with your fingers, like little tiny. No, it's not very spooky at all. Although, if you would like some spooky treats, you can close your eyes and pretend this bowl of peeled grapes is eyeballs. I also have spaghetti, but to be quite frank, it's a very pale imitation of brains.
Ari actually does close her eyes and eat some grapes, just for the fun of it.
That's good. You're already in the spirit of it. I think this will be much more fun than the last few times, you know. So, all right. I'm sorry. I'm taking up too much time. Get on to spooky pests. Just very exciting.
I probably just fly up there and get past this, but what's the fun of that?
Sorry, what?
I know we could probably just fly up there and not walk up the stairs, but what's the fun of that?
Yeah.
What's the...
Yes, we would not appreciate cheating. That would be rather a dick move.
Yeah, we're not here to be dicks.
So a challenge is a challenge.
Yes. So you can take them in any order, but at least the three on this floor, the upper ones, you have to beat there's a tier thing. So Wolfman, Frankenstein, and the Mummy are your first three challenges. Pick them whichever order you wish.
Well, which
Are we
one is...
doing them, or do we have to do them one at a time or in a group?
If you feel that you are up to the task by splitting up, you are free to do so, but be warned, they are quite spooky, these challenges.
Well, out of
You may.
character.
You may find that you will do better in a group. But I am just a humble skeleton
I'm
butler.
not being Daphne again.
Yeah. I don't think splitting up would be a good idea out of character. So
I think pacing-wise, it would be better to do it all together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
So, Wolfman, Frankenstein, or the Mummy?
which one do you guys want to do?
Well, since I think TT has tiered it so his least favorites to his most favorites, let's do his least favorite first. Which is
I mean, I love Wolfman and Frankenstein a lot. But the Mummy is by far my least favorite monster of the Universal Monsters.
Let's go the Mummy then, so he can have his funner ones afterwards.
Yeah. Build up to it.
Ain't none of us here scared of foreign burial practices.
Everyone looks at Ari. Other than the buddy.
But he shrugs. Oh, wait a minute. That fellow is far too young. We're going to have him go to the play place. And the butler claps his hands, and a door appears in the wall, and he opens it, and there is a McDonald's place. Built for a person of Buddy's size. It's got like a ball pit and those weird slides that you can go up. He's like, go ahead. Your parents will be in just a moment.
I give Buddy a pat on the shoulder and a thumbs up and said, "Go have some fun."
Buddy pumps his fists and he runs in there as fast as he can. Which is to say, he power walks in there, but he power walks joyfully.
Does he do like a cannonball into the ball pit?
Oh yeah, he fucking jumps in that fucking ball pit, and it's pretty damn deep.
I look to Loria and say, "That appreciated, thank you."
Yes, we don't get many child visitors, but we like to be accommodated.
Alright. Okay, let's go Mummy.
All right. You open the door to the mummy's tomb, and immediately, the mummy's tomb seems to be way bigger inside than the castle was on the outside. There's vast swaths of sand, and bright blue fucking sky. It's like you're in the conquered world, the authorial equivalent of Egypt.
Watch your cunts, everybody. You don't want sand in them.
That was an odd sentence, but okay.
A large golden sarcophagus emerges from the sands about 50 feet from you and says, "What a rude turn of phrase! But soon there will be no time for your crass and vulgar language, for you face the perils of the mummy! Dare you enter my tomb?" And then the sarcophagus shoots like a fucking rocket into a pyramid that emerges from the sand, and it hits like a small opening at the top, like a fucking bullseye, and shoots in there, and then a brick closes into it. And then at the bottom of the pyramid, these doors open. Do you enter the Pyramid of the Mummy?
Obviously.
Yes.
Okay, so you enter
Might as well.
you enter the pyramid, and when you go inside, you see that this interior of this place it's lit by torches, and there are these great big statues of dog-headed men. This is the Chamber of Anubis, the god of evil. With his jackal head, he roams the land, killing good white explorers with his machine gun. Now you shall face the test of Anubis! And then, a part of the wall opens up into a window, and you see a bunch of little cardboard figures of European explorers in like pith helmets and shit, are sort of moving in a line via some sort of like clockwork mechanism. And then from the floor emerge these two columns, and situated on top of the columns are these like pop guns. Can you hit 10 explorers within 60 seconds?
Oh, I love this. How do the pop guns operate, like, in game terms?
Okay, basically, you have 15 turns. And you're gonna make a dexterity-based attack. And you have to have 10 successful hits.
Okay.
Each of us or all together?
Well,
Yeah.
each of you gets a turn.
Ah.
So we're just rolling dex, basically, to see if we hit?
Yep, and you gotta get 10 successes.
Okay.
But you only get 15 tries per person.
I'll try.
And if one person gets 9 and the next person gets 1, that doesn't count. One person has to get 10 or more.
Okay.
So I think we should. Our people with the highest dexterity should definitely be the ones who do it. So. I should definitely be at the forefront of that.
It's too bad Tig isn't awake.
What are the party's dex scores?
I have a 22 in it.
Lelia has 20 in it, although she has a spell which can buff it up even higher.
I've only got a 20.
It's
Because if she
pretty good.
uses Invoke Deity, she can get 26, but she don't want to. I don't think Anarn wants Lelia to pay fair, so. Because where's the fun in that?
A 20 is still pretty good. In
Oh,
dex,
yeah.
So,
Damn, and I thought my 18 was impressive.
To be fair, I made a bullshit magic item, so.
yeah, she did. So,
I can make
I'll,
Talia one too if she wants.
I'll take a turn. I'll take a pop
Lelia
gun.
will too.
Alright, I will... Who's going first, then? Do we have to roll initiative for this?
No,
Alright.
you can just pick. You're not in combat.
Okay. I'll just roll then.
You have the higher deck, so go ahead for me.
Okay. Okay. Where's the... There's the dice roller room. 19.
Does a 19 pop the...
I'm gonna say it does not. It is just shy.
Okay.
Oh, many 20s. Alrighty, so 18 plus my deck. Would a 24 hit?
Are you going or Azari?
We're taking
I
turns.
thought already.
Do we?
I guess there are two guns, so you can both go at the same time. You each get 15 turns each.
Okay, so
So you said 24?
Yes.
Yeah, 24 hits.
So that should be
Just
a
roll
20.
15 times.
Oh, okay.
Remember, you're using the pop gun, not your weapon.
Oh, I know. I'm using my base dex. Wait a minute. I'm not even using my base attack bonus, so that should have been higher. "5e has cucked me."
Okay. Let's see here.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Damn it, I have to go listen to that now.
Married to a Donkey King.
So there's 126.
I guess we could also do songs associated with Brendan Fraser. Like George of the Jungle.
When we do this, do we add our dex modifier, our BAB, or both, or what?
Both.
Dex and Bab, that's how you do an attack. That's a dexterity attack.
Okay.
Alright, so Lily has a plus 11 instead of a plus 6. That makes for a 6. "21.
I'm just rolling all of them at once.
Alright. I'm gonna do the same.
It's like people really love the Mummy. It's one of the classic monsters, and I just don't get the appeal. Like, you know, it's a zombie, but he's covered in toilet paper, so it's just kind of silly.
I get the
Yeah.
appeal, but for totally different reasons.
And like, he's kind of a lich in terms of superpowers, but like, I don't know, it just feels like blood-sucking, life force draining undead monster. This feels like Dracula's kind of better at that, you know? Now, I'm not saying Egyptian mythology doesn't produce good monsters, because Egyptian mythology has some badass monsters. And, like, pharaoh outfits are pretty bitchin'. I just think, like, your base mummy, kind of lame. Now, Mummymon from Digimon, Mummymon's pretty rad. And that's not just because he chased after a woman who's kind of my dream girl. Man, 5e has really made you guys slow at dice rolls.
Hasn't it just?
All 15.
There you go.
So-
There's the 14 that I still had left. I had a couple bad ones in there. I think I still got 4 though, or 10.
Yeah, you guys are. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. All right. Oh wow. You did it. Cool. All right. Up to the next task. And the wall recedes, and you feel the ground kind of shake, and it feels like you're moving up. And the Anubis statues like sort of sink into the ground, and then rising in their place are statues of a human with a crocodile head. This is Osiris, the Egyptian god of murder. He was all about tearing out people's guts with hooks by inserting the hooks into a person's anus with a stick, and then just yanking really hard until all the guts and gooey stuff came out the buttocks. It was
Dear God,
really
this-
gross.
This is spooky.
Yes, this is the true mythology of Osiris, perhaps the most evil god in Egyptian mythology. For this task, you must break open this piñata, a traditional Egyptian rite of passage for the youth. And a piñata appears of a sphinx. It just sort of drops down from the ceiling, and then also a baseball bat drops. Lelia, make a reflex save.
Okay,
I think this is Howard's one.
that would be an 18.
Cool. You take 3 points of bonk damage to your head as you're hit by a wiffle bat. Bonk damage doesn't affect your HP. It does, however, smart a bit.
I like to think she's just standing there with her face. Just unimpressed.
Bonk. Oh wow, that hurts. My ego. Raw.
You must split the piñata, but only one of you may do it, and they must do it blindfolded.
Why is everyone looking at me?
Right? Look at Howard. He's got the higher strength.
I
right?
wasn't, but now that you mention it,
Listen, I don't carry a blindfold on me at all times.
I didn't say you did.
Well, that's why we were looking at you.
That sounds like projection to me.
I got no words.
Well, someone needs to get blindfolded, pick up the wiffle bat, and hit that piñata.
This sounds like Howard's game. It's a strength one,
But
right?
be warned! You only get 3 swings this time.
Okay.
Like in...
Okay.
Alright. Howard, just so you know, while you are holding the wiffle bat, you will be blindfolded and spun around 3 times. And because you are blinded, you will have the blinded condition in Pathfinder. So I'm gonna dig that up just a second. So you have a -2 penalty on attack and damage rolls. No, that's kind of it. It's not that bad.
And I challenge the pinata.
You can totally challenge the piñata.
Please challenge the pinata!
All right, pinata, I pledge knightly courage on the line to best you.
Well, it is my duty to die.
Oh. Oh god, that was amazing. This is the best thing.
Do your worst, and I shall accept the punishment I am owed.
This thing's not actually alive, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Then you hear a voice, "Isn't that spooky?"
Okay.
I don't know, I think this party's killed innocent things before.
So what
Best.
penalty again?
Okay, so you have a -2 penalty to attack the piñata. You're also
Okay.
using a wiffle bat, which only deals bonk damage. Plus side, piñatas are super vulnerable to bonk damage. So you got 3 hits to break this piñata open. And your piñata does 1d10 bonk damage.
How much bonk HP does the pinata have?
Well, that's what you'll have to find out when trying to break it open.
Well, first off, does 45 hit.
Holy fuck, yes it does.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, bonk damage time. sure I put the damage right. Damage is the weapon plus my bonus from challenging plus
Plus your strength, I believe.
Yeah, you add your strength.
Hi, how you doing? Please don't get in my face.
3 damage.
All right, you split that pinata open. You just smack it once, and its back cracks in half, and it falls to the floor with a scream. And as it lies there, split in twain, with its candy guts strewn on the ground, it's just screaming and screaming and screaming really loudly in pain. And you hear the voice like, yeah, okay, cool, you solved the test. Okay, just hit its head. Please, just make it shut up.
Can Lelia just grab her gun and put out of its misery?
Yeah.
I think
So
you can
Lelia
just
just shoots
bonk
it in the head.
you shoot it in its head, it's like, and when you shoot it in its head, like there's like a spray of like hard candy that shoots out of the bullet wound.
Well, gang, we're murderers.
That one got dark. Well,
feel
make
a
sure to
little bad
collect
about
your
that one.
candy before we get to the next floor. And you feel the ground start to shake again.
Lelia just looks at Tully when she says that.
The ground
Give us all
shakes.
for the,
The statues of Osiris disappear to the floor, and in their place are statues of just this ridiculously buff dude with sort of a grinning skull face. And his arms outstretched, and says, "And in this chamber, the final chamber of the mummy's tomb, you face Exodia, the Egyptian god of card games! Most great and terrible of all the Egyptian three servants! Slifer, the sky dragon!
Fucking dying!
Obelisk, the tormentor! And the winged dragon of Ra!
Oh my god.
And now you must beat me! And emerging from the wall is the sarcophagus, and it opens up, and out of its hills, a kind of skinny, lanky dude wrapped in bandages. The mummy!
Oh, I'm fucking crying.
He shambles towards you, sees the pinata, and kind of scoots it out of the way with his bandaged foot. Just sort of kicks the carcass away, and then steps a bit closer and says, "So you have bested my first 2 tests. Now you must best me. But as the mummy and as the Egyptians foretold, I am a humble spirit or something. So I will allow you to choose the challenge this time."
Does anybody have anything?
Rock off.
We don't have a bard.
I can sing.
Very well! A rock-off it shall be!
That works.
And, the mummy, snaps his fingers, and Obelisk and, Exodia, the Exodia statue claps its hands, and another statue rises out of the ground. Behold! This is Ted, the Egyptian god of musical instruments. And it's like a statue of a person in like a Egyptian clothes with the head of a porcupine, and it's just kind of shrugging like, I don't know what you expected.
I'm expecting Bill and Ted.
And in Ted's hands there's a guitar, and the mummy grabs the guitar and is like, okay, I'm just gonna, and he starts fiddling with the strings. Just gonna, you get out your musical instrument or whatever. You do yours first, and I'll be better.
All right, gang. Like we practiced.
Oh shit, we're all doing it?
You practice?
Well, I can't play an entire song myself. I only have
Oh, I do
so
have
many arms.
I do have a flute. That could help with that, I suppose.
Talia transforms into a punk rocker Gorgon.
Oh my god. I'm guessing this would be a performance role.
Yeah.
Alright.
All doing that?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want, yeah.
I guess whoever wants to.
Someone has to beat the mummy in a rock off now because Talia said to rock off, and no one else said something first. So
I wanted to all play a song together.
oh, I guess you're all playing a song together.
This would
Everyone
be the funnest thing.
Everyone make perform check.
Layla actually has performed dance and perform art.
20. I got a
Which one,
flute.
though? Perform dance, why not?
Cool. This is a perform rock band check. Sorry,
And
perform
what do we roll?
garage. This is a perform garage band check.
What do
So
we roll?
unless you have ranks in perform garage band, you're just rolling a d20 plus charisma.
Charisma's Layla's worst stat.
Oh, let me, I gotta redo that. That would only be a 20. If that is the case.
He flies like a saucer, but he's not from outer space. He came here from Atlantis to save the human race, to save us from our folly, to save us from our sins. It's all money on him now, 'cause Gamera always wins. Gamera, defender of the universe.
Oh my god.
Gamera, defender of the universe.
Mummy-
Universe.
the
A
mummy-
giant Gauss attacking. She's eating Tokyo. Well, Gamera is coming to tell her where to go. To flame broil evil monsters with his great breath of fire. Gamera will protect you no matter who you are. Gamera. Yes, I do have
The
that song
mummy's
memorized.
like, well, I was gonna perform Wonderwall, but that was really good. So
Oh, poor mummy.
he reached into his wrappings and he gives you the key. And she's like, yeah, okay, but my friends, they're gonna beat you. You haven't stopped Dracula yet.
Ari kind of pats him on his bandaged shoulder and says, well, those were really good tests.
Don't you fucking pity me?
Well, that's what I'm good at.
And the mummy sulks and goes into a sarcophagus.
She shrugs and goes,
And-
I tried.
The door opens outside, and you guys leave the mummy's tomb, and you're back in the main hallway. And Laurie's there polishing the silver. He's like, "Oh, you got the key already. Well, there are many more spooky challenges awaiting you, But before you go on to the next one, would you care for some root beer? He's got little plastic. He's got not plastic. Those little wax Dixie cups, little paper cups that have got the. He's got little Dixie cups of root beer.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm parched.
I'll take some.
Yeah, it's good to keep hydrated.
I just want to point out that I like the way that Howard flavored that he was doing the garage band. He's just banging on his arm.
But only very select moments. Okay, so Wolfman or Frankenstein? Who's next?
Okay, we've faced werewolves before. Who's up for taking down another one?
Sure.
Okay.
And Tally's just going to keep her punk rocker look for the rest of the adventure.
Okay. Oh my god. When you had Exodia rise up out of the fucking...
And the increasingly wrong Egyptian mythology.
Yeah. The crocodile-headed Osiris kind of hurt my soul a little bit.
Somewhere in another universe, the blonde explorer is crying.
Okay. You open the door to Wolfman's room, and once again, like the mummy's room, it seems way bigger than it could possibly fit on this floor of the building. You're in a spooky, foggy patch of moors. You know, like the swamp, but British, with long, gangly trees that have no leaves, and lots of fog on the ground. And in the cloudy sky, you can see in the only bare patch the bright full moon. You hear a sound distant of a person making a howl noise in an attempt to imitate the sound a wolf makes. I'm the Wolfman. And I've got some tricky werewolf riddles for you to solve.
Does he resemble the other werewolves we've met?
You can't see him yet. He's somewhere out in the moors. So why don't you start walking through my spooky moors, and I'll give you your first riddle.
Okay, but if Mike Myers jumps out, I'm leaving.
That's fine. He's
We don't allow cats in the hat in my spooky moor.
Good.
That would honestly be scarier in this universe than actual Michael Myers.
No, remember, Talia's faced riddles before.
What type of lion never roared?
Dandelion.
Damn it! All right. Well, how about this one? What do tigers have that no other animal?
What was that you cut off at the end of that sentence for me?
What do tigers have that no other animal?
You cut off even worse that time.
You did. I'm sorry.
What do tigers have that no other animals can have?
Shane Raves is asleep.
Have you tried to wake him up again, Newt? By the way? Or is he just not coming back to consciousness ever?
It's a stumper.
I don't know. Stripes, baby tigers.
Shit!
Tiger feet?
Baby tigers! I can't laugh that loud because my fucking.
Wait, that was right? Fuck!
I was right.
Baby tigers.
I'm entirely right.
All right, give me a second. Those ones weren't good. I gotta scroll a bit on Google. Okay. Oh, the fuck is a Pokemon?
That's a
Okay.
localization of Pogoman.
I like to think he's just got like a tablet.
Okay, here's one. Joe's father had 3 sons: Snap, Crackle, and
Joe.
Joe.
you sure you don't want to say Pop?
We're sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Damn it! God, fucking. All right, best 5 out of 7. Why'd the skeleton cross the road? Why didn't the skeleton cross the road?
I know books.
'Cause he didn't have any
God.
books.
Shit!
He didn't have a spine.
Okay, what? I've got at least. What room in your house do ghosts avoid?
The living room.
God damn! Fuck!
What did she say? What
The
he say?
living room.
What?
Why don't we ask you some riddles?
Oh yeah, okay. We'll do a riddle contest like Gollum. Okay, and the werewolf, the wolfman, jumps out of the mist and he lands on a rock and he looks mostly like a dude. He's very hairy. He's got a wolfish face, but it's still mostly a human face. And he's got claws on his hands and his toes, but he mostly looks like just a hairy dude. Like, he is less animalistic than Ari. On the furry scale, he's just shy of a Thundercat. Okay, I just gave you 5 great riddles, so you guys do some riddles while I get you a really good one that'll stump you.
TT says as he scrolls through Google.
To be fair, I really planned for his riddles to suck.
Okay, Wolfman. What is the difference between a duck?
A duck and what?
You cut off their scene.
One leg is both the same, and Howard starts patting his knee and laughing.
You cut
What?
off when you told that.
Oh, no, I told it straight.
Well, what is the difference between a duck? That's it?
One leg is both the same.
I don't get it.
I'm calling that one a mulligan. Who agrees?
It's fair.
Okay. Here's one.
Okay.
What letter of the alphabet has the most water?
C!
You're correct.
Ha ha! Riddle Master Werewolf!
Okay, here's this one. Beginning of everything and the end of everywhere and everyone. What am I?
I would say the letter E, but everything ends in G.
This werewolf's actually... Alright, you got that one, werewolf.
Oh, yeah!
At what time do ducks wake up?
Not on a quack?
It's the quack of The quack
Ah,
one.
damn it! Oh, shit!
Okay, here's
I
one.
got
And this
one.
is a spooky one.
Okay,
What?
okay, that's cool.
What is a ghost's favorite actor from Lethal Weapon?
Patrick Swayze?
Gary Busey.
Oh, yeah.
I got one.
Yeah. Alright.
My first is foremost legally. My second circles outwardly. My third leads all in victory. My fourth twice ends a nominee. My whole is this gate's only key.
The werewolf's eyes kind of glaze over and he's like, shit. Say it again, that sounds fucking deep.
My first is foremost legally. My second circles outwardly. My third leads all in victory. My fourth twice ends a nominee. My whole is this gate's only key.
Ah, fuck. And the werewolf just grabs his key and hands it to him.
The answer was love, by the way. Legally,
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
outwardly, victory.
Jake told Jake told this one, but I didn't think you would get it. Why did Dr. Geekle cross the road?
Oh my god.
Why?
To get to the other hide.
I hate you guys.
Oh, he's owned by MGM. Here, have your key. You guys are cool. But next time,
Brush up on your
I mean,
riddles.
you're not gonna beat Dracula this
Also,
time
how
anyways,
do you-
but next
How
time,
do you feel
though...
if your boss has a cold?
Lelia's having fun now.
Yeah?
He starts
How?
coughing.
He's a Dracula, I get it. Alright, you guys get out of here, you scamps.
Okay. Alright, well, there's that. That was fun.
Yeah.
And here I was expecting a Yo Mama fight.
We're classier
Alright.
than that. By now.
So you guys exit the werewolf's room, and Lori's like, wow, you guys are doing really good. You're getting through here way faster than Jimmy. He'd always get stumped by the riddles.
Oh god, that was fun. Okay. So, I guess it's just, Frankenstein then.
Yep. So you go into Frankenstein's room. It is, as you would expect, a mad scientist's laboratory. And sitting and laying down flat on his back on the operating table is Frankenstein. He rises from the table dramatically and looks at you. He's just this giant behemoth of a corpse man.
Hi.
Frankenstein have 3 questions.
Okay.
Frankenstein think you need to be smart. So if you don't know answer to Frankenstein's question, you no get key.
Pull the trigger, Frank.
Question 1. What is bad?
Fire?
Horror!
Fireman! Question 2. What is my name?
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein! And he reaches into a drawer on the operating table and pulls out a legal document. And he looks at the ceiling and he shouts, "Yes, Dad! Frankenstein! Lawyers say Frankenstein! Suck it!"
You tell him,
He
Frank.
puts it in a drawer and puts the drawer.
I empathize
Sorry.
with this person.
And finally, he looks at you all real closely and says, "What is the airspeed velocity of an unlimited...
I don't know. Is it an African or European one?
Yes, you understand, Monty Python! Frankenstein's favorite bar troupe! And he takes out his key and he throws it to you.
Oh my god, I love
That's
Frankenstein.
that's also my husband's favorite bard skit too.
I have a dead parrot! Frankenstein!
Oh my god, I love Frankenstein.
Don't let your dreams be dreams, man.
Okay, you're done. Get out of here. Frankenstein wants to spend time with Frankenstein's wife.
Okay. Ari leaves very quickly.
We have Infinity War on Netflix, and we haven't watched a movie together in ages.
Oh.
Sometimes I feel she's growing distant, and Frankenstein worries.
Aww.
Then you guys leave.
We are not the definition of stable relationship advice.
We're a very healthy relationship, but none of us is entirely sure how.
Exactly.
Okay, you guys bail out of there,
Pretty
you
sure
little
her relationship
scamps.
is a fluke.
You bail out of there, you little scamps, and you go back to the center hallway. And the stone stairways that were smooth before have turned into actual stairways again. And Laurie says, "Very well, you may make your way up to the upper floor, but be warned, there are 3 challenges, including Count Dracula himself." Do you guys go up the stairs?
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Okay, up the stairs there are 3 doors. Sorry, 4 doors. One says Count Dracula, and it's a super dramatic door, and it is locked. It has actually 6 locks. There's one to the right, there's one to the left, and they're both very big, bold doors. And then, in a far corner on the wall of Dracula's door, there's just like a little broom closet door.
What does the broom closet door say?
Nothing, it's just a little broom closet.
Intrigued. What's in it?
Do you open the door?
Yes.
Okay, you go to the broom closet and you open the door. And inside the door, there's nothing. It's just black shadow. And that's actually odd because this hallway is fairly well lit, so light should be peering into it, but it's completely black in there. And then you see an eye open in the dark abyss. And then something begins to pour out of the broom closet. This vast, red, formless thing. This undulating blob of flesh and arms and eyes and mouths. And Talia, it looks vaguely familiar to you, but also not familiar because it's some sort of ever-changing, shifting thing. And it emerges preposterously large. Its bulky mass just sort of overflows from the door like dough with too much yeast, and stretches all the way 20 feet up to the very top of the ceiling of this floor. And it continues to sort of overflow out of there, and then eventually it finally stops when there's about, I'd say 3 elephants worth of this thing just sort of seeping out of the door. And all of its eyes are looking at you, Layla.
Lily says hello in chaos, the realm of chaos. Tongue. Protean.
Her. It says back in the same language.
How you doing?
One of its manifold limbs reaches into its own mass, and then pulls out, and it's got, and its hand, or rather the bulbous tip of its limb, which has several tiny limbs growing out of it, emerges in a fist. And the fist slowly and menacingly moves towards you until it is right next to your face.
Mm-hmm.
And the creature stares at you. Its fist is right next to your face.
Lily's gonna fist bump it.
I was waiting for you to do that.
And another limb stretches out and very tenderly grabs your hand and tries to pull it towards it.
What are you doing?
It says nothing, it's just trying. Are you allowing it to pull your hand?
How do you know I'm married?
It keeps pulling your hand if you're not specifically forcefully going against it, and it tries to unfurl your fingers.
Lily opens up her hand.
The fist opens, and a small something drops into your hand.
Thank you.
And before you can look at what it just dropped into your hand, the entire creature sucks back into the closet really quickly. Way quicker than it came out, and the door closes. And in your hand is an odd little shapeless statue of the thing.
Thank you.
The statue's about 3 inches tall. Maybe an inch wide.
Of the thing, as in the thing that came out of the closet, or
Yeah, it just gave you a statue of itself.
no?
Like a little miniature.
Thank you, I guess.
That was sweet.
There's a story behind that moment that I'll say in the post session.
Alright.
Cool. Now we can play D&D together.
So you got 3 other doors. Right, left, and you can't enter the Dracula door. Because you need 6 keys. Well, 5 keys.
Can we tell who's through the door by looking at the door?
The other 2 doors, you can't tell which one is which, and Lori
Then
isn't
I'm
up
gonna
here.
go with the one closest to the broom closet.
So right or left?
The one that's closest to the broom closet.
Cool, left it is. So you all go through the left door. And inside this door you find a sort of jungle swamp. The air is very hot and humid, and you hear the strange calls of various foreign birds and monkeys and shit. There's a big crocodile that sort of emerges from the swamp, goes "Roar," and sinks back into the water and swims off.
Ah, finally, some good weather.
And jumping out of the water is a very large fish man. With, almost reptilian scales, and a great big head. Well, it's the creature of the Black Lagoon. But
Monster
also,
Water original.
it's, I'm gonna say it's like a mixture of Monster Squad and Shape of Water.
Ooh.
Where there's some sharp teeth beneath those very kissable lips. And it's got an ass that has just been sculpted.
Okay,
Sorry,
we're not
there
supposed to say it.
There were wrestling cats, I'm sorry. Get.
And the fishman says, "So you have come to my realm."
This is a nice place. Can I just sit here for a second?
Yeah, sure, I'm chill.
Until it just perches on a fallen log.
So I'm supposed to test you guys. I'm not. Every time we're doing this, I've mostly just challenged that kid to a swimming contest. We had to get him floaties the first couple of weeks because he couldn't swim.
Oh, did you teach him?
Yeah, I basically taught him how to swim.
Aw, that's nice of you.
Aw.
He's pretty good at it now. Do the backstroke and everything. It's pretty impressive. Are you guys capable of swimming?
I'm
Yes.
pretty good at it.
I'm alright at it.
Okay, well, fuck. I don't actually know what I should be testing you. How about this? He reaches into the water and he pulls up a water cooler. And he opens it, and inside he has bags of goldfish crackers. Let's just see who can finish one of these off first.
Hell yeah!
This is all you, Talia.
Alright. Fortitude saves. You and the Gill Man.
Talia, Talia.
Fortitude. 19.
The Gill Man eats his goldfish cracker much quicker.
Damn, man.
Oh shit, that wasn't fair. Aw.
I forgot to take off the wrapper.
Yeah. Okay, we'll call that a mulligan. That wasn't fair. That was something I was really good at. You know, it's, Funmore? He's got webbed hands.
And claws.
Funmore?
What would a thumb war be like in?
Oh, it's 3, 2... You never done a Funmore? It's like elementary school stuff.
The other kids didn't really like me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yep. You just want the key anyway? Just...
Well, if you show me how to do a thumb war, I'll do a thumb war with you.
Yeah, okay. So the Gill Man teaches you how to do a...
Okay.
And you're pretty good at it. Yeah, there you go. Here, you've earned this key. And this gold sticker.
She puts the gold sticker on her forehead.
Alright. You tell Jimmy when you get back to town after beating Dracula that, if he ever wants to come by for more lessons, I'm cool for it. He's getting pretty good, though. He's probably just gonna forget about old Gill Man.
Oh, well. Well, I thank you for teaching me how to do thumb war.
Yeah, you all have a good time.
Okay.
He was a pleasant fellow.
It was very nice.
Alright.
Yeah, that's a guy I wouldn't mind hanging out with.
So, you all enter the next room. And it is... pretty normal room, all things considered. Just like a very large sitting room. You could all sit and smoke pipes or some shit. It's also empty.
This isn't let me guess. This is hide and seek.
Very clever, but Mr. Hyde's on IMGF. Let me guess, all those other fools had you do chicanery to get your way up here to get their keys?
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Oh, I bet it was. Oh, we'd always go soft on that Jimmy. Dracula thought it wouldn't be sporting to make some poor country kid have to go through a challenge. But I think you're all up to snuff. So why don't you, let's put this in the parlance of a game. Roll initiative.
Okay. I'm guessing that you're going with the actual creepiness of the freaking Invisible Man. 'Cause he's really fucking creepy.
Because the Invisible Man is a horrible. Yeah, roll initiative,
Question, are we
guys.
going Universal, Book, or Alan Moore?
We'll find out.
Oh damn! I rolled the same as. I'm
rolling shit today.
I'm going to let Howard go before me. Just in the initiative roll. Just because he posted before I did.
Uh,
All right, you're in an empty room.
Lelia is going to cast Invisibility Greater on Ari.
Okay.
Invisibility Greater means you can basically you can attack and stay invisible at the same time.
Okay. I still gotta find the dude. I can't see him.
Yes, but if you hit him, that's a sneak attack.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
And Lelia's let's see, look at this. Lelia's going to cast Blade Barrier around herself.
Was that
Ooh! Someone has some very shiny knives.
An immobile vertical curtain of whirling beige shaped of pure force springs into existence around me. Any creature passing through the wall takes 1d6 points of damage per caster level, maximum 15d6, with a reflex save for half damage.
Ooh, very dangerous.
And it provides cover equal to 4 plus my AC, plus 2 bonus to reflex save against all attacks made through it.
okay? You might want to post that so.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
Howard.
Word is going to make a perception check to try to spot where the invisible man might be. Look for those sunglasses.
Alright, make your perception check.
24.
You see the sunglasses on an end table.
Dang, he thought ahead, guys, so this might be a bit tough.
Ari?
Well. I need to find him first, and I'm not exactly magic-y. Let's see.
Guys,
Yes?
I'm
Should
a
I...
rattlesnake. I can see body heat.
Okay, I will hold my action and let Talia go.
I'm just wondering if there's some way I could help you see him.
I'm gonna hold my action for now, in case somebody has something that will outline the guy for me, because I don't think I will be able to spot him.
I think the idea would be you have to get someone who can spot him, and then cover him in something that he can't get off, so that way...
Yeah. So that's what I'll do. I'll hold my action.
Virka?
I don't know what I can do.
That's alright, you can hold your action.
Well, first she's gonna ask Boone, is there any way you can help, maybe?
Well... Yeah, but it's gonna be a little freaky.
Okay.
Alright. You feel something kind of itchy on your back, and you also feel your clothing on your back kind of shift a bit. And a tendril extends from your back, and it sort of bulbs out into a very alien-looking eye. Ah, I see him. And through Boone's eye, you see the invisible man. He's in a corner of the room, and he's got a hand on a very well-hidden lever.
That's all? Okay, well she's gonna inform her teammates of this.
Alright, so you all know the corner of the room the Invisible Man is hiding in.
Yeah.
You've got some very tricksy tricks. Was that your turn?
Yep.
Talia?
Since, like I said, I can probably see him. I'm gonna cast Itching Curse.
Okay, what's that do?
Curses target with a highly distracting, unbearable itch.
Okay, so do I roll a fortitude save or?
Will negates.
All right, let's roll his. Shit, nat 1. Okay.
There's the effect, by the way, TT, since Lelia had it for her thing.
He's an itchy boy.
Okay, now he should just. We've got to be able to hear him now.
My skin! What the fuck? Burka, you can see through Boone's eye that the Invisible Man accidentally hits the lever as he scrambles, falls over an end table, knocking over all the shit that was on it, lands on the ground, and is just collapsing into a pile, scratching himself furiously. That's fucked up. Oh, he's breaking skin.
Should I turn it off?
The alien Boone eye, it's squinting because it's seeing something really gross.
Should I turn it off?
I mean, if you want to.
It is now Lelia's turn. You can definitely hear and occasionally hear him scratching on that part of the floor, and also occasionally see the end table shift a bit as it's kicked by his writhing on the ground.
Burka told us about that lever, right? When she told us
Yeah.
where he was.
Well, she pointed him out to you, so yeah.
Now Lelia is going to cast Chains of Light on the Invisible Man.
Alright.
The creature targeted by spell is held immobile by a glowing golden chain composed of pure light. The creature is paralyzed and held in place, but may attempt a new saving throw each round to end the effect. But Titi is under Itching Curse. That might impede that. His saving throw. And the creature can't use any sort of extra dimensional travel, such as astral projection, blink, dimness on the door, and etc. Or similar spells and spell-like abilities.
Alright. Cool, he is now chained up in your angel bondage. Howard?
Angel.
So now we can see him.
Yep.
It's glowing chains of light.
I got a scratch!
Turning off the curse.
Oh, thank Christ. Oh, woohoo! Oh, that hurts.
Sorry, I
Howard?
don't use that often.
Well, I think we've won here. Here's the key.
I'm not telling.
I'll turn it back on.
Fine.
Did you just casually go, I'm gonna torture you with it?
See that portrait of the dogs playing poker? There's a picture of dogs playing poker in a frame on the wall. Remove that, and you'll find the key.
Okay, I will go up there, I guess, still invisible, and move the portrait.
I really wanted to do something.
What does that lever do?
Suddenly, the ceiling opens up in a circular hole, and falling out of the hole is a zombie. Like it just drops down from the ceiling, lands in a collapse pile, and slowly staggers to its feet.
Oh, hey, it reminds of a Stoker.
The zombie reaches out for Lelia.
Lelia casts Undeath to Death.
What's that do?
It destroys... Let's see, how many... It functions like a Circle of Death, but hold on.
Just say it kills a zombie.
It destroys 1d4 8 hit die worth of living creatures per caster level, so...
Yeah, it kills a zombie. Yeah, you kill a zombie.
It's just basically
It just
undead.
pokes it on the head and it disintegrates.
You're no fun.
I know what
Get that
happens
a lot.
when the thing bites us. No.
And behind the picture of the dogs playing poker, there's a little vault. You open it up, and there's the key.
Okay,
Much obliged, sir.
it's gonna leave you in the angel bondage.
Hey, wait, get me out of this! I have to put salves on my scratches!
Lelion does it.
He goes back to the lever and flips it back up. Never get to stab anybody. What do you want? Get out of my house!
I'm leaving.
Alright, you got all the
Arsenal
keys you
visible,
need to
by
go
the
to
way.
Dracula.
You guys know he was naked that whole time, right?
Yeah.
No, I didn't,
Yeah, I did.
and thank you for
I didn't put
that.
that together.
I
He's
figured, but I didn't want to assume.
Okay. You guys put the keys in Dracula's door, and you unlock it. You go inside, and in there is the most spooky chamber imaginable, with a great big Dracula coffin in the center. It looks like that place where the skeleton was stored in the first Mystery Skulls music video. You know the one. And Dracula is sitting in his coffin, and when you arrive, his eyes open, and he emerges. Well, so you have defeated my 5 monsters. But can you defeat Count Dracula, King of the Vampires?
Probably.
You're king of the vampires?
Yes!
One named Vonnie.
Okay, so I don't know. I'm just a really good vampire. I don't actually hold any sort of...
You're better off not knowing Varney.
Yeah, that's good. You don't want Varney anyway.
It
I never met
sounds
the guy,
like
but he
this
seemed like
Barney was not a very good villain. Blah.
It was kind of misogynist.
That's not cool. Even I, Count Dracula, monster of monsters, knows that all the sexes were created equal.
See, already a better vampire.
True, I
Yeah,
am in a
we're gonna have fun.
polyamorous relationship, but I treat all of my brides respectfully. There, and he points to a spot in the shady room, and a light lights up, and there's a vampire in a nightgown. She waves hi. That is my beautiful wife, Sheila. She is working on her 3rd novel. She writes a series about a dog named Pooper Scooper. He can fly. And he goes on adventures with a grumpy cat named... And there is my other wife, Florinda. And the light shows, and there's another vampire lady in a nightgown. She waves hi. She is working on a new fashion line. She makes the most beautiful clothing. And my 3rd wife, Leonida. There's a 3rd lady, and she's in a nightgown. She waves hi. She makes horseshoes. And they are the best damn horseshoes you will find in this land. But enough about my beautiful wives, each of whom I love and respect with all of my withered black heart. I am Count Dracula! And I have a challenge for you.
And bring it!
Ah! You are a strong man, with muscles in your heart and also on your body, and plated armor. But can your strength of brawn deal with the strength of Dracula's mind? Solve this Sudoku puzzle! Oh, he throws a Sudoku. And you, he points to Lelia. You, who has so many crosswords for those you meet. So much anger. Do you have the patience to solve this crossword puzzle?
Uh,
And you, Ari, thief, cat person. Can you make a doll using only this spine cone, these pom-poms, and this craft glue? Also, these googly eyes. We have the...
Ooh, googly eyes.
And you, Virka. Here's a jigsaw puzzle.
Ooh.
And as for you, Talia, can you turn into a tiger?
I can do a lion and a leopard.
Okay, that's close enough.
And I turn into a dire lion and a leopard.
Just stick in the line a second. And Dracula pulls out a camera. He takes a picture. And then he turns on a light, and there's like a big scanner printer, and he plugs the camera into it, and then spends about 4 minutes sort of fiddling with the dials. And then eventually he prints out a very large poster of the lion. It's like, yeah, yes, it's very good. Yeah, you know, I ordered zoo books, and they promised you a tiger poster, but they lied to Dracula! So I will make my own tiger poster, along with my complete collection of zoo books. They never give me the dinosaur issue, and that's the one I want the most.
No. Okay, so
I'm pretty sure all the Lucid folks have that one.
do I roll a craft to make this doll?
Yeah, you have to roll a craft doll from garbage check.
Okay, just a
Howard and Lelia, you just have straight intelligence checks for your
Which
things.
is Lelia's best at.
Virka, you can make a wisdom check or an intelligence check. And that's all of Dracula's challenges.
okay. There you go.
Ah, it's very good. Yes.
Fucking dice roller. Garbage doll
Holy-
check. 20.
Holy shit!
Fuck you.
What are you, like a mother or something? You're super good at this.
Or something.
Alright, yeah, I'll do a pretty good job on your assigned puzzles. Yeah, this is all very good work. I feel like we all learned a lot. Not of this. Ah, you have defeated Dracula! I will have to destroy my Sunday supper machine! And he wheels out this little machine, obviously made out of junk. It's not really a machine so much as a rough approximation of what a machine would be if a child had to build what they think a Sunstopper machine might be. Like the kind of thing Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes would make.
Oh my god.
And he takes it out, and then he kicks it over. Curses! Foiled again! But I am not foiled for good, for Dracula always returns with a new evil scheme.
Question.
I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you for stopping by.
Question.
Yes.
Are you the one that's causing Austin to disappear from the map?
Dracula's silent. The vampire brides look at him and then at each other. They're all looking like, oh shit. What? Disappear? No! Silly. Austin's fine!
Sense motive.
Just go back. Roll sense motive.
Okay. I don't think Drac is getting out of this one.
Yeah, he's fucking lying.
Uh-huh.
This is Austin, not appearing. I don't know what you're talking about. You won! Good, see you next week. Go back to
Why
your
don't you tell me
village.
the truth?
I stopped my son's stopper device. The adventure is over. You can leave now.
The adventure's not over until Austin's back on the map.
I don't know what you're
If you tell us
talking
the truth, I'll give you a T-Rex photo.
That's tempting. No, the riddle is over. Hey, you're beaten Dracula, king of vampires.
Listen.
The wives are all very nervous.
Do any of you have anything to say?
I just make horseshoes. I don't. One of them's like, would you guys like some cool dresses? And there's like, I can give you a cameo in the next Poop Scooper book. Don't hurt Dracula's beautiful wives. I love them with all of my heart.
We're not here to hurt anyone. We just need to know what's going on.
We promise that's all.
If you tell us what's going on, you can fix it.
There is a being who came from the I made a promise not to betray his trust, and it hurts Dracula not to honor his word, but if you threaten my beautiful wives,
We're
We
not.
won't.
there is a being who comes from the plane of chaos, and he comes to this town and he says, the end of the world is coming. And the town does not listen. And he says, I can protect you, but the town, it does not listen. So he goes to Dracula, and Dracula's friends, the greatest monsters of all time, and he says, you must distract these people while I keep them safe. And that is what Dracula has been doing.
Is it this thing? Lily holds up the statue of the...
Dracula nods solemnly.
Who's in your broom closet?
He likes to check in during these Saturdays to make sure everything is going smoothly. He loves the people of this town, loves the people of this plane, but he cannot save them all from the end. Only a few.
We'll have a word with him. We know a few things from the planet
Please,
Chaos.
do not hurt him. He is
Oh, we won't.
a
Lily
kind
looks
soul.
at Yurka.
There,
Lily
we
holds up the
have
statue.
we have no intention of hurting him, and we know about the end of the world, and we're trying to stop it. So he might not have to.
Well, all right. You do what you must do. I always feared true heroes would come and spoil the blessed game.
Game's not spoiled. We had a blast.
But now the game is over. Dracula.
This way more people can come to town and enjoy your games. In fact, they make a good business out of this.
People would love to do this.
I think we call this business an escape room or something.
Maybe. We shall see. Thank you for enjoying the Castle of Dracula. And Dracula bows, and his wife's all wave as you guys leave. So, you now know the real monster behind this week's threat.
He told us the truth, so I have to give him that T-Rex picture.
Yeah, eventually.
Lily holds up the statuette of the monster to Virka. Does Boone recognize this? Virka?
Do we still got like the Boone eye stalk thing going on?
Boone Eyesock goes out and looks. And it goes wide and says, oh. That's me.
What?
Yeah, well, you know, the whole thing about living in a plane that's sort of beyond the constraints of time and space, that's me. Possibly in the past, possibly in the future, but
Chaos
definitely
Beans.
in the present.
That's trippy, Boone.
Chaos Beans.
Yeah. It's honestly trippy to me that you guys are only in one time at once. It's like, wow, how do you even deal?
Well, if it is you,
My
go
hair
easy
would've
on
turned
Drac
white, but
for.
already is.
If it is you, go easy on Drac whenever it happens for telling us the truth.
Yeah, I'll try to keep that in mind. I honestly don't remember this, but there's a lot of things I forget until they become relevant.
Alright, back to the broom closet.
Alright, you go to the broom closet, and it's a broom closet. There's brooms and some other, like, janitorial stuff.
Any idea where you can find yourself?
Well, I normally don't leave the Sea of Chaos. I'm not really sure what I'd be doing in this plane again. Yeah, I've got nothing. I guess he'd probably be hiding somewhere, I'd be making a den.
And
Yeah, like a little place to stay. Like a camp out or something.
What would you say is your ideal place for a den?
I don't know, always wanted to go camping in the woods. You know, roast marshmallows and sticks.
Well, that would explain the wood situation, Talia.
Fucking love you, TT.
Half A press, motherfucker. Speed running son of a bitch. You guys know where to find Boone.
Yeah. He's in the woods.
does that mean Boone's real name is?
You cut out for me, what?
Does that mean Boone's real name is Austin?
Because it said that was Austin's tree.
That means one of Boone's names is Austin.
Well, okay. Guess we're going back in the woods.
Alright,
Well,
Talia,
you have to detect alignment, chaos.
Talia, you know the specific tree to get to.
Yep.
Do you want to lead everyone there?
Yep.
Alright. You go to Boone's camp spot. Boone is still there, roasting marshmallows. This time when you arrive, however, there are enough marshmallows on sticks for each of you to grab one.
Nice.
So he knew it would come.
Good evening, Boone.
Hey. He looks at Talia. You came early.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out which way figuring the directions.
Boone holds the stick to one of the smooth sections of its flesh, and a mouth opens up there and eats the marshmallow before he puts another marshmallow on the stick and goes back to toasting it.
Mm-hmm.
Been a while.
Like,
Both ways.
So, this is future Boone, or in our times, future Boone.
Yes and no. I'm the Boone that's supposed to be in this spot at this moment. And there's a very good possibility this moment will never happen. Or that it'll happen differently. Or that both things have happened. and neither things. Are you gonna roast your marshmallows?
Clearly,
Yes.
Raptors.
Yeah, I'm roasting marshmallow.
I've always wanted to go camping.
Oh, by the way, is Buddy... Did we pick up Buddy?
Yeah, you picked up Buddy.
I am toasting his marshmallow for him.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if he still doesn't like fire or not, but,
So do you think you'll do it?
Save the world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boone looks at you. And you're sure?
Didn't say I'm sure. I said I think we'll do it.
Given our bullshit luck, I'm pretty sure we will.
Boone looks contemplatively at the fire. I've grown to really care about this place distance. I always found it fascinating. But you taught me how to love it. Know it. As best as I can, from perspective. I don't want any aspect of it to go away. But I know how this plays out. This is the part where I leave. And Boone extends a tenderless hand out to Virka. It's time you were whole again.
Oh,
Aww.
Oh.
no, Boone's not getting a handshake, he's getting a hug.
So you hug the giant Lovecraftian mass of flesh.
That's
And all of Boone's multifold shifting eyes like open wide in shock. And then close a little bit as Boone hugs you back with its shifting arms. And as it does, you feel something lift out from your back, and all the mass of Boone that was still inside you slowly merges back with the Boone that's here. Now I am the Boone that was, the Boone that is, the Boone that will be. Now I am the protector of Austin. Now is when I leave Austin. I don't return, and then I do, and then I don't again. This is the end and the beginning. This is your turning point. From here, there's no looking back for you. But I want you to know I think you'll do pretty well. Thank you for teaching me so much.
I'm gonna cry about it.
Hmm.
And you all share a very nice, very quiet little afternoon together, roasting cat marshmallows by the campfire. And at some point you also go to sleep, and when you wake up, Boone is gone. You are able to walk back to Austin without getting lost in Trixie Wood. And when you return to Austin, the path is clear. And James says, "Well, shoot! I forgot we had a path out of here." So I'm pretty sure I wasn't Southern when I did this voice before. What was it, British? Fuck it, let's make it Southern. Fuck James, he sucks.
Jesse's better anyways.
Not to say that being Southern makes you... just fuck James, I don't give a shit.
You just gravitate towards that voice.
I do like doing the Southern voice, it's fun. Well, and that mean old Dracula won't get us with a sun scheme, although I'm sure next Saturday he's gonna have another dastardly scheme for old Jimmy to unfold.
You should pay Jimmy more.
Oh, we don't pay him. Just
Maybe
the best
you
at
should
puzzles.
start.
He deserves to be paid so he can enjoy his puzzles.
Alright, Jimmy, we're gonna pay you a decent wage for doing Dracula's puzzles. Oh. Well, Thank you, strangers, for dealing with Dracula this time and clearing a path so we can go traveling again.
Also,
course.
Jimmy Gilman says he misses you, and you're welcome to drop by whenever.
Gilman sucks. He smells like fish.
On second thought, fuck Jimmy.
Never mind, don't pay Jimmy.
You're all right, partner. Jimmy, we're not paying you anymore. Damn it!
Secondhand, fuck Jimmy.
Congratulations. You guys solved Austin.
And screwed over Jimmy. Deserved it.
You look out and you see Dracula's castle, and it's changed. It's now just kind of a really big manor house. It's no longer the big, gigantic castle it was. Do you want to check up on Dracula and pals?
Yeah.
I'm guessing all of the stuff inside was being powered by the chaos being that was Boone.
Mm-hmm. So, you go outside, and when you go outside, there are the two gargoyles, but they're smaller than last time, and they don't talk. You open the doors on the inside. There's a lifeless skeleton in Dusty Butler's in a Dusty Butler's outfit. In the main hall, there are 3 doors. And two stairs going into the upper floor. Which room do you want to check first?
You would go in the same way.
Yeah.
Same way?
Let's go through them in order.
Alright.
Yeah.
You go to the mummy's room. There's a sarcophagus. You open it up. There's a mummy inside. An inert, non-undead mummy.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, everything was powered by Boone here.
You go to the Wolfman's room. And you open it up, and it's a bedroom. There's a guy sleeping in it. He's sort of a schlubby-looking fella.
Oh.
Oh. He hasn't shaved in a while. He wakes up. Wow. What time is it? Who are all of you? Wait a minute. Ah, man, did I have another werewolf?
Yep.
I feel like... that's weird, huh? You were there. You were there. You were there. What are you guys doing? What am I doing? This doesn't look like the Talbot estate. Did someone write on my hand?
You did, apparently.
And you see, his hand has the pentagram, the mark of the werewolf. Oh, fuck. Alright, you guys aren't answering my questions. I'm just gonna... Can you get out of here? I'm gonna see if I can get dressed.
Please do.
Alright, so you leave Larry Talbot alone?
Mm-hmm.
You open the door to Frankenstein's room. Both Frankenstein and his wife are lying on the operating table. They are dormant. You can check and you see that their batteries are out. Essentially, they have run out of electricity.
And Gilman?
You go upstairs, you go to Gilman's room, and Gilman's in a fish tank. And when you look at him, he looks at you, and he's got the sort of vacant stare of a fish.
Aww.
You go to the Invisible Man's room, and you open the door, and you find a bunch of zombies feasting on the Invisible Man.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Turns out pulling that lever was a bad move on his part.
Literally cast Undeath to Death in the room to make sure that the whole town doesn't become a zombie plague.
Zombies are dead. That's good. And finally, you go to Dracula's room. It's unlocked. And inside, Dracula's wives are all sleeping in their coffins. And Dracula himself is packing a bunch of suitcases. And you look at him, and this time you see he's a lot older. He's not a Bela Lugosi Dracula. He's an old, haggard Dracula. Like Nosferatu, but with a really scraggly long beard. He turns in a very creaky fashion to look at you, and he regards you. So the curse is lifted. The town is no longer cut off from the world. I have not fed on blood in so long. My body has grown frail. My wives are back in their slumber.
Speaking of which, here. Since you're a vampire, I figure you need this. He gives him the potion of alignment unlocking. This might help you. Helped another vampire we knew.
Oh, no, it is fine. He gives you the potion back. I am not from this time. I am from a time very different from this one. There is no evil in Dracula. But it will be hard to convince the people of your time that this is true.
There's a town called Stoka who is very accepting of your kind. The mayor is one.
And perhaps Dracula must go to his Stoker. Me and my beautiful wives. And my Gillman. It was a fun game, though, right?
Absolutely.
It was.
Good. Good. Dracula grabs a top hat from the stand, puts it on his head, then tips it to you. To saving the world.
Thank you.
And then he smiles somewhat sadly and continues packing up his things. And that's the end of the Austin session.
And all that's left is Remina, Ambrosio, and Radcliffe.
Mm-hmm. And it's gonna get pretty dark from here on out. So I hope you enjoyed that lightness.
Remina.
Which first, Ambrosio or Remina?
I would say save Ambrosio for second to last.
So we're going straight to Remina next time.
That's gonna be fun.
First of all, we need to drop by, I'd say we need to go drop by, Wells to go interview Ancient Aliens girl about this. Or Garen.
Nobody wants to talk to Garen.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, Scene, but I hate your character.
If we didn't, I think Scene would have done a bad job.
He is a villain.
You did a really good job making me hate that guy. He can stay in his bubble forever. Little bastard.
Well, I hope you had fun in the horror movie parody session. You know, I just thought it would be nice to, for once, have a session where we do things a little goofy and don't take the horror element entirely seriously.
For once?
You know, just this one time.
Got sad at the end, though. Couldn't think
got
of anything to
bittersweet.
say. Felt really bad.
Because we need to go to Wells and go to Piaget so we can go talk to them about the whole lilt situation.
Well, I mean, you might want to talk to them about the Lilt situation once you meet Lilt,
We met.
because she's in Ramina.
That's what I said. Talk to them about where last year was.
I'm pretty sure you guys have that information.
Didn't she tell us that?
Yeah,
She told you she's in Ramina, so you have that information.
Yeah, this sounds familiar.
She said she was going to Ramina. And none of us had any context in character for that, but, you know.
Yeah.
It's just more of, hey, someone we know of a faction we know is there, so go to her for information.
So go to Ramina for information.
Yes. After Wells.
Ah, good.
After Wells.
Yeah, Ancient Aliens girl can tell us that we're all gonna die.
I do want you to know that I was prepared for you guys to brute force your way through that encounter. I did have stats for literally each and every one of the mobs.
Yeah, but you also knew we wouldn't.
I hoped you wouldn't, and I was glad to find my hopes carried out.
I like that we just tied up the Invisible Man and left him there.
Lily said she unleashed the chains when she left.
I would have left him
But
there.
he still opened the zombie chute.
He still doomed himself, but Lily had no part in it.
I got to sing.
He did. It was good. Nice song choice, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And Lily got to show off some of her level 6
So the scene where the eldritch monstrosity emerges from a closet and gives you a tiny sculpture of itself, that comes from me working as a costume mascot. And there was one time they had me passing out little squeezy toys of Recognition Man. So essentially little 3-inch tall statues of myself to kids. And there was one moment where I was handing it to a kid who looked at me fearfully but still took the toy. And all I could think was, it's a very strange interaction. You see something that you're kind of horrified by and don't quite understand, and it hands you a tiny sculpture of itself, and then does nothing else, and you're just left trying to figure out what the fuck that means.
Also, Lily,
And I just thought, it'd be really funny if a Cthulhu did that.
Lily is going to give that to Virka.
Aww.
So she has something to remember Boone by. Even though he'll always be in her dreams.
Making it more sad, Kay.
Because that's what those things are. They're dead, but they are always dreaming.
At least Spoon didn't have tuberculosis.
Stop it!
Look, in stranger eons, even death may die, and this is the strangest eon I've ever seen.
I'm gonna go to each and every one of your houses and I'm gonna punch you.
I'm sorry.
And so we're now 18.
And I hope you see how this works as a parody of Conquered Worm as well, because it's like, you know, a bunch of challenges themed about classic monsters, only this time it was really stupid. And just completely barefaced about it, like it was literally Dracula.
It was really good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I was really excited when I thought of, like, one, I get to be Count Dracula, and that's fun as fuck. And pop culture Dracula, who's kind of like just a harmless, you know, cartoon villain. And two, just the fact that it could be so fucking goofy.
I like that he had a weather machine to block out the sun just to irritate people who wanted to get a tan. That was one of my favorite bits.
It was a fun session. Too bad Rabs wasn't awake for it.
Is he awake now, by the way, or is he still going?
No.
He's still snoring.
Ooh.
Well, he did say he was, he tired.
Yeah.
And for someone who says he never snores. Mm-mm. At all.
Yeah, I've got him start in the beginning of the recording snoring pretty good, so
Apparently, he only snores when he's like sitting up, and that's I think live.
Damn it, Lilia, the stat's way too high.
Anyway, this session taught me that the next time I do a campaign, I Dracula.
yeah,
You cut out.
What?
you cut out.
This session taught me that the next time I do a campaign, I really have to make Dracula a recurring character.
Yes.
It is too fucking fun doing Dracula.
You could have his castle move like the Castlevania Dracula,
Mm-hmm.
and just have him pop up every once in a while with his goofy...
Goofy band of monsters.
yeah.
They are Team Rocket.
I still like the bit where we popped in on Jane Austen.
And when you went to Boone's hiding place in the woods before that would make any sense as part of the plot, and Boone says speedrunner and half A press in between Eldritch gibberish.
Cheeky shit.
I am giving myself kudos for that clue.
God, that was fucking funny.
You guys went to the end stage of this session way before you should have made it there.
Talia's hacks.
Really? Talia is hacks now.
Hacks.
Now!
I mean, Talia is literally hacks. Talia hacked the game.
You seam walked to the final boss.
You found just the right section of wall to glitch through to get to the last
It's a
chamber of the
vanilla
game.
druid spell.
It was wall glitching, you know it.
It's like that glitch in Skyrim where you just hold a plate in front of you and run through walls.
Well, that's my
No, that's a
favorite.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite view of magic. That you're essentially codes.
Kappa, you have to show me that so I can show my mom.
Yeah, you can just like hold a plate in front of you and shove yourself into a wall and then you'll glitch right through it.
Oh my.
I will send you something later.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
saying
fun.
the whole mummy thing was giving me a migraine, TT.
Just the idea that the terror of the mummy lies in people woefully misconstruing Egyptian mythology and rituals.
Crocodile head Osiris. Oh,
Well, and both Anubis and Osiris are given completely bullshit descriptions of what their purpose was.
Then you get Exodia.
Exodia, the Forbidden One.
For a second there, I thought I was actually going to choke. Right, so, yeah.
Also, Jimmy,
One of the first things I thought of was the werewolf has to tell riddles because it makes no fucking sense. Which again, not to pat myself on the back, but having the one townsperson talk about when you mentioned werewolves, saying, "Ah, werewolves, I know them and their dastardly riddles."
and he was just a scruffy guy.
He was probably the least monstrous of the party besides Howard.
Probably. Oh, God. That was a good session.
That was really
Yeah.
fun.
And now
It
we
was
get to-
really, really fucking stupid, but really fun.
Sometimes it's the best thing, though. Just have really goofy shit happen, and then see how your players react to it. Luckily, we like to have fun, and we're not like other D&D parties. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording right now.
Yep.
Okay.